Hi everybody, I'm Corey, I'm the Dungeon Master. I just want to say thank you for coming back to the next episode, and we hope you enjoy. Don't forget to like and subscribe, it really helps us out, and the more you like and subscribe, the more people see us on their feed, and the more people can join in the adventure. So, enjoy, and have a good day. Hi everybody, I'm Corey. I'm the Dungeon Master for Opportunity Roll. I'm here with Group 2. Say hi everybody.
Hi.
Hello.
Let's go ahead and start up the line and, well, actually, let's do down the line because I do up the line a lot. Let's keep this switching. Let's start with Blue.
Oh my, I'm first. Hi, I'm Blue. I play Zachariah the lore bard.
Rodeo.
Hi, I'm Rodeo, otherwise known as Maxwell, and I play Aeson Goldhand, the half-elf fighter cavalier.
Samuel.
Hi, I'm Samael, also known as Jonathan, and I play Lynn, the half-drow bard of whispers.
And Tangled.
Hello, I'm TangledinBlue, or Laura, and I play Mila, the elven sorcerer of wild magic.
All right, guys. So last time that we left off, you guys, well, two of you, had made it into the town through a back alley deal. And then two of you had actually been able to make your way into town with the royalty status. Unfortunately, Mila, being from the royalty of Neveska, didn't really work out too well. They didn't really quite acknowledge that. But, thankfully, Aeson showed his hand there, and everybody kind of knows at this point that, you know, the son of Graydon is there. So that's kind of where we left off with you guys, other than for a small fact that you saw a skeletal figure, which you quickly thought was Hades himself. I think that's where we're going to pick back up, if that's okay with everybody else.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. So just to set the scene, the place is busy. You've got people moving about all over the place, whether they're getting things ready, whether they're enjoying the festivities, buying food or items, or maybe they're just taking in the sights like you guys are when you first come in. And they're passing back and forth and all through this town. And this is kind of a larger place. This is probably on the same kind of scale as Graydon or Eris, with a few miles of distinction between them and the size. So, feel free to move about the cabin.
Alright, so Mila is a little panicked at this point. I would say she's definitely kind of holding on to Aeson's arm to make sure that they don't separate or anything. And her head's just like kind of like darting around everywhere, like just taking in like all the people, and I think it was even said like this is an introvert's worst nightmare. So, she's mild panic, not full panic, but you know,
Worried.
Yeah, not used to this, I guess.
Okay.
That's a better way to say it. Yeah.
On the other hand, Aeson is exuding confidence. He is, he's waiting for Mila to calm down a little bit. He's just looking around. He's used to being in cities bigger than this, so this is no big deal to him. He's gonna turn to Mila and be like, "What's got you on edge? What's bothering you?"
I'm just not used to all these people. I really just haven't been around many people a lot. And, this is kind of busy, to say the least. Yeah.
I understand completely. It can be a bit overwhelming, especially if you're not used to it, but just stay around, stay close, and we'll make our way to, I guess, the area that we should. We should probably find a guard or something to give us directions to where we need to go. And Aeson will, scan the crowd, see if he can't find a town guard.
Okay. Do me a quick, you're just scanning, like, with your eyes, right?
You bet.
All right, give me a perception.
You bet. That's a 5.
All right. Unfortunately, with the hustle and bustle, as soon as you were to see kind of a guard or somebody kind of be in the area of which might be able to help, they'll quickly move off in a general direction with somebody else. So it looks like they're already helping somebody else. And being that they seem to have something going on, you normally wouldn't bother them.
No, absolutely not.
And it would probably be really hard to get to them through the crowd, especially with this hustle and bustle.
So I guess then I'll scan above the crowd and look for the biggest, fanciest looking houses.
Okay. Go ahead and give me another quick perception.
You bet. 7.
It's kind of hard to tell which one is really fancy right now. They've all got streamers and all kinds of decoration. The fundamentals are there, so you can see like the quality of wood, but with everything getting a new fresh coat of paint and everybody gearing up for this holiday, it's hard to tell which one are the nice ones and which one are the bad ones, which is actually kind of a good thing.
It's been a while since I've been in Croca, and Aeson's going to look around perplexed. If only we could find somebody who could point us in the right direction. And he'll turn to Mila. Do you have any suggestions?
I've never been here. She kind of like is also looking around, trying to find either just like maybe like a merchant or something that probably knows about the city, or like someone who looks very noble like. She's just, yeah.
Are you peering with your eyes, or are you going through the crowd as well?
Going through the crowd.
All right. Do me an investigation check then. As you'll be kind of moving through people, looking around, kind of getting your bearings. That's a 20. Wow.
Not natural, but...
Going with the flow of the crowd of people, a lot of them seem to be moving towards this financial district, which are selling all kinds of just fancy things. Between masks and cloaks and items, daggers, weaponry, saddles. There's a lot. You can't find anybody that looks noble that you could feel has actually got a title. Most of these people here are dressed really fancy due to the holiday, so it's kind of hard to pick anybody out. But you are going to notice that there is a very interesting gentleman, which is clear noble royalty, and he has a very interesting kind of outfit on him. The gentleman stands probably about 5'8", brown hair. He's got it slicked to one side, a nice thin mustache on the front of him, and a black and white kind of outfit with this black boot that goes probably up to his kneecaps, and a small cape that goes probably about to the bottom of his rump. He seems to be on the thinner side, and he seems to, from the look of it, be signing some sort of autograph.
Mila sees this man, and she looks toward Aeson and goes, just don't move. I'm gonna ask him if for any information. And she does, she kind of straightens her back a bit, kind of smooths out, the wrinkles of her dress, and walks toward this man, trying to look as regal and noble as she possibly can.
Okay. As you try to get closer to this gentleman, you're going to find that more people are flocking around him. And he's going to sign more and more autographs as people seem genuinely interested in this man's company. After a certain while of trying to wade through these people, I hate to say it, but you're going to give up because you're just going to find no foothold. And eventually he will walk down the road, still signing more autographs, but it's going to become congested. Eventually, you're going to get a side-glanced eye as a gentleman's going to kind of walk up next to you. And he's just going to smile. Are you a fan?
I'm not. I've never met him before, actually. I guess he's, famous?
I bet, yes. He's a noble from here, but he's also an actor. He's done some really good stuff. People like him.
Oh.
Are you looking to get an autograph?
No, I'm, new in town, and my friends and I were just, wanting some, directions to places, and
What might I be able to help you with then?
well, we were looking to speak to some, of the noble people.
Aye, so you're looking for the upper district?
Oh, yes, do you know?
Yes, actually. If you head down through this town, and you make a right and follow the main road, it'll be a little bit busy, so take your time. People have been trampled, unfortunately. Not deathly, no, just bumps and minor scrapes. But make your way through there, through the upper town, and you'll find the 5 higher up nobilities that have actually run this place for quite some time.
Thank you for your help. What's your name, if you don't mind me asking?
Garwa.
Garla.
Garwa.
Garwa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Garwa. Sorry.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, so she just kind of smiles and like, thank you for your help, Garwa. I and my friend will really appreciate it.
I hope it's not too imprudent, but might you have dinner plans?
No, I don't. But
Well then, shall we say a little bit later this evening at dusk? There's a lovely place in town. Maybe a fair dinner. My treat.
I will have to get back to you about that. Maybe. I really am not quite sure. I do have other plans, and I'm very sorry.
No, that's all right. How about this? Rain check. How about the night of the event, we enjoy dinner amongst the fireworks?
What if I'm a bit busy then, as well?
Well, maybe, Mila, then I'm just gonna have to wait for you.
I never told him my name.
I know you didn't.
Oh! Can I do an insight check on this guy?
Yes, you may.
Oh god, I'm nervous. What? Oh, sorry.
That is an insight of 11. You get the feeling you may have met this man before. But it was a really long time ago.
Okay. Yeah, so she kind of cocks her head a bit and just is like, Do you know me from somewhere? Have we met before?
Yes, but back in those days you were still in Noveska. And I had not even thought about leaving yet. And he's gonna brush his hand to the side of his head and pull back those lovely curls that he has. And you're gonna see that his ears are pointy.
Oh, you're
Yes, I am an elf.
She's gonna kind of switch to Elvish a bit. Oh, so wait, I'm really, I'm just.
He's going to raise his hands. Don't worry. In Elvish, by the way. I'm just going to do this with the accent because that's his voice.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry. You're not in danger. I'm not looking for anything other than your company and maybe a good meal. But you are a very busy person. I can only expect so much of a noble. So, if you ever find time, I live here now. And kind of in the center section of town and stop by. If not tonight, rain check for another night.
And she just kind of nods her head, like, just kind of really quickly, just like, okay, yeah, that's fine.
He will smile and can kind of give you like this light bow, like a thank you.
She kind of nods her head and then quickly turns on her heels and walks very quickly back to Aeson.
As you're kind of walking away in Elvish, he's going to say, "Oh, and I do love what you've done. Sorry, I do love what you've done with your hair." And he will turn as well, and you guys will equally make your way apart from each other.
She is bright red as she walks back to Aeson and grabs his arm again and goes, "Okay, I know how we can get to the nobles and everything and where to go. So let's just go and everything."
Aeson will cock an eyebrow, noticing this. It'll be like, "Was that man bothering you?"
No, he wasn't bothering me at all. I think I knew him. Or he knew me, or something. I'm not quite sure. He wasn't another elf. So, and he said he was from the Vesca, and that's all I really know about him. Nope, I'm not gonna say I'm sorry. Let's just go and see, and talk to everyone, and tell them about everything. Oh, okay. Alright?
Aeson will nod, and then he will hold his arm out, so she can hook onto it and keep herself in the crowd, and then escort following the directions that she gave.
Okay. So we're going to split away from you guys, because you guys have your heading. I want to start back up with Lynn and Zachariah. You guys are there with this smaller, kit-like female wearing these very interesting robes. And a very interesting hat to go along with it. You guys will emerge out the other side. And you will be behind one of the lower ends. It's definitely looking from the back of this in the alleyway. There was no preparation back here. They only cared about what people could see from the road. So it's easy to see that this is a kind of downtrodden inn. If you look over to the side of you, you're going to find more trash, and just there might even be just like this unconscious beggar just sleeping on a trash can.
Yeah.
But she'll kind of look up to you, and alrighty, here we are.
This is it.
Well, you're in. What'd you expect? Fireworks? And she's gonna kind of open her hand, and you'll see like a little spark.
It's more than appreciative that we got in, no matter how it was.
So, what is this danger that you speak of?
Well, it's difficult to say, and we don't exactly have all the details. The main thing is that we really have to basically keep as many people out and get as many people out as we can.
And why?
Because the whole city could be destroyed, possibly.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere, and she's gonna point to Zachariah and nod. But By what? By how? What information do you guys have?
What the source we have is an odd one, but we have been given word that Zachariah's going to kind of, bite his lip a little bit. It's like, and think to himself. Just for a moment, he's going to think to himself. And he's going to sigh out. The source that we were given, though odd, as I said before, it seemed very reliable that something was going to destroy the city. Just a big monster in the kind of realm as like the lake monster kind of legend. As unbelievable as it sounds.
See. Well, that is very worrying. How you plan on going to get people out? Just gonna scream like, "Defective magic!" Ah! And you're gonna see like her nose scrunch up and her whiskers go fray, and you're gonna see her hair kind of go up one end.
Not quite. Maybe hopefully do this without causing a mass stampede. And
We're gonna see it. Oops, sorry.
go ahead.
No, what were you saying?
And she's going to like kneel down at that point to her. And that's where I was hoping that maybe we can have your additional assistance, in exchange for the vote and everything.
Depends what we talking about.
In the very least, like, as you said, the major thing is oh, god damn it. A second. I might have to get a little closer. Sorry. The major thing is that at this point, we need as many feet on the ground, need as many ears out to determine if it's really just a beast or something else, and to just slowly get word out. Basically, our main point is to just get as many feet on the ground, get word out as possible. Possibly get people from too many people entering the town, get as many people out as possible for whatever happens. All we really know for sure, whatever happens here is going to be big, it's going to be destructive, and there will be death.
Well, then you've got a bit of a problem.
Yeah.
You're going to have to stop your friends before they go and speak to anybody important from the Royal Guards. Or for that matter, a noble. Well, think about it. This town is about to see the most income it's seen in years, and they're working to become a larger city. Do you really think that they're just going to let this just be canceled?
I thought about that as well, but I was hoping at least some decent people would be here.
Oh, I'm sure there are a couple of decent people, but in my view, the only thing you're going to have a good time at doing is going through the guilds. See, we make our money not by coming here. We're only showcasing our abilities. Our money is made other way. But we're here to help people, and that's what we do. If this vent goes under, we're not the ones suffering. It's the town that will. They make 90% of their yearly income through this. And fishing, but mostly this. This could be devastating for this town.
I see.
Well, sorry.
No, my bad. So, let me ask you something then. How much sway does guilds have in this town? Because, excuse me for possibly overstepping with a question, but it seems very odd that the guilds could have the same amount of power as a government to evacuate people.
Well, as I said, each year the guilds will come and show off their stuff in the ring and hope to gain more and more rankings and maybe get known, earn money. But there's more of us here than there are guards in the town now. This place is saturated with guilds. There's not a place you couldn't go without tossing a stone and hitting a guild member. Please don't toss a stone, though.
I'll keep that in mind. But
There's more of us to help than there are guards.
it's true.
And who's to say that if you go to a noble with them worrying about how much money they might make, to tell everybody that everything's fine, don't listen to what people tell you. Spend money, have fun.
Yeah.
Not to mention, these guilds are basically contracted in everything to help and work for the people, not to blame nobles.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of which,
And just gonna be a moment of realization to Lynn's in Lynn's eyes.
you're with, like, an official guild?
Yeah, I'm with one of them, yes. The cat's meow.
So why is one of the official guilds helping to avoid taxes?
Well, because it's just easier. We make a little bit of money on the side, and I don't do it for everyone.
Mhm.
Yeah, just
Besides, I'm looking at this really cool scratching post. It's downtown, but it's like 50 gold. There's like gold in it and everything, but I really want it. And I can't take from the coffers because, well, that would be stealing from the guild, and that's not right.
Lynn's just gonna blink for a few seconds, like,
okay. Well, at least if you're right and the nobles really won't help us, good to know we have a good head start.
Well, yes and no. There's a bit of an issue.
What do you mean?
Of course.
Well, the main people you're going to want to speak to is probably the 5 legendary guilds that are here. Well, 4. The 5th one's not really part of us anymore, but anyway, the 4 main guilds that have been speaking for the last couple of years have just kind of come across it tough. One of the leaders of the legendary guild was a bit racist. And so that caused frictions, and so the hierarchy of the guild's meetings were, well, canceled.
Great.
But I might have a way of fixing it, or at least getting them to hear you out. But you're going to need to meet with the Hammer of Justice.
The what now?
The Hammer of Justice. She's the owner of one of the largest guilds known as the Hammers.
Can I do a history check on that? To see
You
if I
might,
would know
yes.
anything? Alright. That is a 19.
Oh, yeah. So, in the world, well, on the land of Talalia, this large continent that you guys reside on, there are 8 legendary guilds on record.
Mhm.
Way back when, there was a group of adventurers that traveled for quite a long time, gaining almost legendary status before the guilds. For a little while, when the guilds first started, they worked together for a short while and then split apart, making their own guilds. These 5 people have been known to be very powerful, very useful, but very good at what they do. And they
Mhm.
take shit from no one. You are going to know the 5 of them that were together was Tibius, the 8-armed dwarven Mangus, the Emerald Fighter, the Hammer of Justice, and strangely enough, a small cat named Faleska.
Mhm. Out of character. Has
Yeah.
she not already told us her name?
I don't think at this point, no.
I don't think she's given you her name.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure. Alright. Yeah, okay. That's starting to make a lot more sense now. I'm starting to remember. So,
I'll tell you what,
Mhm.
I have an idea. It's not going to be easy, but I can send word to the Hammer. You're just going to have to meet me at a place called the Giant's Toe Inn. After that, hopefully, well, let's pray.
Right. So, you don't see this going too well then?
Well, I see them wanting to help, but I don't see it happening without some kind of tough or argument. So just be prepared for that. They might just need you to take them for a moment and explain, look, death is around the corner. We need you. But you've got me, so I'll be helping.
Well, better chance than we had before come here.
That's true.
So it's Giant's Toe in. Alright.
And she's going to be like marking it down in her book, just as her personal reminder, and then clamping it closed.
So, I guess we'll just have to catch up with our friends before they cause too much trouble, Miss, wait, we didn't actually get your name.
Valeska.
Zachariah's gonna kind of perk up at that. I'm sorry, what was that name again?
Valeska.
Now I see how you can help us.
She'll give a light grin that you've put this together. Ingenious, I see.
Alright, well, seeing as you probably know a little bit more than you put on before, anything we should know about the Hammer of Justice before talking to her, if we get to talk to her?
Stay on her good side. Stay away from the hammer. Don't touch it. And just be straight with her. She's a person of pure numbers and thought. She doesn't really do emotions all too much. And don't be surprised by her age, and definitely don't mention it. It's a very sore spot for her.
Alright. I guess that's normal for women, but I'll keep that in mind.
Well, with the emerald, me, the dwarf, and the hammer, that's 4 out of the 5.
Who's the last one?
He doesn't come around anymore. But I'm going to do some snooping. I heard earlier this year that we might see hide nor tail of him this year, but I don't know. I have a gut feeling, and those are usually good.
Well, we could use all the help we can get. And, all the people that we can get out of here. Definitely not all, most likely, but as many as we can get. That's a success in my book.
Then we might want to split up. You might want to stop your friends, and I'm going to go to them.
Alright.
Right.
She'll nod, and she'll wave, cough a little bit, pull out a hair, and then walk down the road.
Charming. Well, shall we go stop our friends from making a big mistake?
I mean, it shouldn't be too much of a problem, unless they, came in all horns of blaring and everything.
I want this scene to play out like this. You're going to say that, and you're going to take about 5 steps out of the alleyway, and you are going to see how packed this place is. It is like elbows to shoulders here.
Well, shit.
Can they also hear actual horns of blaring? Because we were announced in.
I would say that was probably heard. I'd say that was probably heard during their conversation, because you guys kind of skipped through that, and then they had a really nice conversation. So, I mean, you guys might be in the same place. They would still need to search for you, but during that time, they were speaking to her. So they would probably miss that introduction.
Yeah.
Oh well. The tie is a... yeah, never mind. Let's cut that part out. I was about to say something else.
This is going to be a lot more difficult, isn't it?
Yes. It would seem that we have our work cut out for us, and there's a lot more people here than even I was expecting.
Well,
She's gonna dust her hands together.
let's get to it then.
Alright, let's find the noble in the haystack. He's gonna walk off.
So how are we doing this? Are we doing searches? Are we going towards the gate? What's our plan of action?
Just for a quick refresher, I'm pretty sure that Zachariah and Lynn did hear that they were going in and they were going to announce themselves, correct?
Yes, I think that was established.
All right, so we would know that they're inside, and the biggest idea would be to where they're going to go for. So I think Zachariah is going to be of the same mindset of, all right, let's go to where the nobles are.
Oh God, why?
As for how to do that, yeah, I don't have anything else to help me, so it's just going to have to be through the good old-fashioned searching.
Same
Okay.
here.
Give me a quick perception.
All right.
Or are
Please,
you
can we-
going through people and kind of looking around for like investigation?
I would be better with investigation with that regard.
Okay, so here's what we should do.
Hmm.
Blue, let's have you peer around with perception.
All right.
Zachariah, perception, and Lynn, let's have you walk over to the side because there is a gentleman close by, just kind of standing up against the wall.
Mhm.
You can do a quick conversation, or you can just do a straight investigation and see if he might know. That's up to you.
10.
Unfortunately, with a perception of a 10, you are going to find that this place is really decked out this year. A lot of places have gotten some new coats of paint, and so, looking just simply at the buildings, it's too difficult.
Yeah.
And I think with time of the essence, she's just gonna immediately start investigating the area, especially to get a good look for Mila's hair since it would seem to stand out. So, 13.
With a 13, you are actually going to be lucky enough that the gentleman has seen two people pass him with the same description of your friends. And he is going to point you to the left, down the road, towards the eccentric district.
Oh, thank God. Thanks a lot for your help. Actually, quick question, sir. Do you have any issues in this area with one of my persuasion?
And she just kind of gestures, especially towards her face.
I mean, he's gonna blankly stare at you for a minute, like I have no clue what you're asking.
Drow. Do they have any issue with Drow?
I don't think they do. If they do, they're kind of racist, but there are racist people around here. I don't know. I guess it's a person by person bias, girl.
Yeah, fair point. Also noticing a running theme today.
I don't have a problem with a girl like you. I mean, you want to go get a drink? And he's gonna burp.
Just gonna be a little disgusted note. Disgusted looks like.
No, I'm good. Thank you.
All right, you're a loss. And he'll turn around and leave with his tankard.
Why is this happening to me?
I think Zachariah's going to come up at this point. Well, I didn't find anything. You get anything useful?
Guy was able to find him. I know where to go. Gonna need to get that stank of beer out of my throat, out of my face.
And we're gonna start leading him towards there.
Well, lead on.
I bet you Lynn is missing Cole.
I miss Cole.
Inside her mind.
God damn it, Cole, where'd you go? Why?
Where'd you go? I miss you, sir. Had that fucking old song, sorry.
Oh, that's great. Okay. So, you guys are going to follow down the road. I would say that Aeson and Mila would stop just short of any of the doors of the higher district. We're going to give you probably about 4 or 5 minutes, and then we'll tell you when Lynn and Zachariah will catch up with you.
All right.
So we're stopping at the district?
Yeah. So, you're walking through this gate, and of course, you're seeing the stone slab roadway is going to look so much better. It's going to look clean. you're going to look at the buildings, which were just barely out of your eyesight from the entrance. So now that you're up closer, you're going to find that these buildings are much more extravagant. Well, a few of them are. A couple of them are a little bit more down to earth. But this is definitely the richer district for the nobles.
Oh no. I'm just trying to think. What house looks like the nicest one?
There is a house on the very end. Best way to put it, it doesn't look like the nicest. It could use some TLC, but it's definitely the richest. It's large enough to kind of have gargoyles sitting around the front door and just these really intricate designs on the outside with these creatures of stone just decorating the building. It's interesting.
So, I think Mila kind of looks towards Aeson. Just, should you be the one to introduce yourself? You being the Prince of Graydon and of everything. So.
Aeson will roll his eyes slightly, and he'll be like, I mean.
No. I mean, I know you don't like being told that and everything, but it's just you have the most sway out of all of us. I mean, she kind of just gives like a laughing, a little shrug with her shoulders. It's
Aeson will nod, and he'll say, but in my mind, I'm no different than you or Zachariah or Lynn.
You're in your mind, yes, but
To
titles.
nobles. Yes, to nobles. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Yeah, she's like, but outside, and if everyone sees you, it's about your title and everything.
I would say that while you guys are contemplating, Zachariah and Lynn, you guys would just make your way just out of the crowd, because the higher district, it's a little bit thinner with people. Almost nobody. Probably because nobody really needs to be there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. And you said that we saw them at this point?
Yes.
All right. Zachariah stepping up at this point, would point them out. Oh, there they are. One moment, though. Do you think we should just straight approach them? I mean, especially if they're going and talking with the nobles, even if they try to go to talk to certain nobles later on. Do you think it'd be smart for them to have seen us together outside of the line?
Yeah, she raised a fair point with that. What are you thinking? Disguises?
Possibly.
Let's find a...
Just gonna look around to see if there's a nice shadowed area or alley for us to hide behind.
Zachariah's just gonna go to his backpack, and he's gonna, take out a suitcase, a little small case, pop it open. Don't worry, I've got this. It's a little changing curtain he has in his disguise kit.
Do me a quick perception for an alleyway, because this is going to be a little bit of a different area. These houses are large. The in-between them is separated through yards. 15 and 19. Yeah, no. You guys are going to step out of the bigger section. You're going to hop into an alleyway, which unfortunately, during your exchange, during your time of putting on makeup and changing
I was going to
your
use
outfit-
disguise self.
Yeah, I was gonna use disguise self as well. I was just
Oh.
bringing out the curtain just to...
So you're using like a spell.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's just a great thing. It's
okay.
like, so no one can see us changing into that form.
Gotcha. Okay. I misunderstood that. But, okay. So yeah, it won't take you long. You guys will go up into an alleyway, whatever it might be. You'll hold up the tapestry between the two of you, cast the spell. Both of you will be disguised. But no, you guys will get changed. It won't even take but a couple minutes. What I would like, though, may I see your disguises? Oh, that's cool. You really whipped that out quickly.
Excuse me?
Prepared.
Excuse me?
What did you just say to me?
I've got something.
Question mark.
Okay.
It's literally
Now-
just more elegant, more...
Now, is there a
At-home version of
DC to understanding if this is fake or not?
One second, I'll link the spell.
I think
Sorry,
there.
Zachariah,
yeah,
I'm sorry. I cut you off, but what were you saying?
Who, me?
Yeah, I cut you off when I asked that.
Oh, it's basically just Zachariah, but fancier looking. Just Zachariah plus like 10, I'd say. That's pretty much it, and not the same hair color.
I am not likely
Okay.
going to beat the disguise self check because it's investigation.
Hmm.
And that's a -1 for me.
Yeah.
So it's an investigation check?
Yeah, they have to purposely go
Yeah,
out.
they have
and
to
just
purposely
check.
look for it, unless other than that they would believe it. Okay.
Yeah. To discern your disguise, a creature can use this action to inspect your appearance and must succeed on an investigation check against the spell save DC.
Sounds perfect.
Unless something is like a hat or something
Yeah.
like that. If they go try to touch the hat, they'll go through it, and it will pretty much.
Yeah, because it's got this really interesting thing. You can make yourself a foot taller or a foot shorter, but if they try to push through the area that you would occupy, they would feel you. So you guys cast the spell.
Yes.
You are in, of course, your new disguises. And what would you like to do after that?
Actually, right quick before we go, any idea of something that would catch their eye? Because just something that would let them know it's us. Because we didn't plan this ahead of time.
Well, not like I ever really planned. Call them my name, get their attention, pull them aside a bit, and hope they recognize. Hope we can at least help them discern it's us. As long as they don't make it too difficult on them.
Kind of scratching his chin a little bit. I haven't known Aeson for a long time, but he's more of a defensive person than Mila. I don't know how he'd react. How do you think he would react if people just approached saying they knew him? You know him better than me.
I mean, haven't really had that situation before, so hopefully pretty well, as long as we don't come off too creepy. Speaking of which, really, that mustache?
Excuse me. I'm
Just-
noble, dear ma'am.
I'm
He's
just-
just gonna pull on it.
Both of you get inspiration. Wow. No, I'm sorry. Keep going.
I'm just saying, I mean, you fit the role with that thing, because, yeah.
I mean, yes, I know. I look like a douche, and that's what I'm going for.
Well, you're doing a damn good job of it.
She will fit just right in with the nobles.
God, this is gonna hurt.
Well, we better get going before they actually start talking to people.
Yeah, just go, pull them aside, play by ear.
Remember,
Too creepy.
act like you're more important than people. And he's just gonna walk off.
And under her breath, she's gonna say,
Honey, I already am.
and she's gonna fall behind.
All right, so Zachariah is just going to be walking up, trying to reacclimate himself and try to find Aeson and Mila again. I assume that they're still there at this point.
Let's see. I don't think that was approximately too long of a conversation.
Mhm.
I'd say they would probably get about a couple more minutes to talk, but I don't think you would allow them to get too close to a door or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll say, yeah. We can just have you guys meet up now.
All right. So Zachariah is going to be sauntering up, and with Lynn beside me, I assume.
Yeah.
A few paces behind, yeah.
Yes. He's just going to walk up. Oh, hello, Mila, Aeson. It's good to see you both.
Aeson will turn towards him and give him a look. I don't believe we've met, sir.
Mila kind of has this look in her eyes like, oh no, not again today.
So here's what I want to do, because Rodeo's not a dumb cookie, and I don't hear any difference in your voice with this character. Rodeo, would you
Rodeo's
like...
not a dumb cookie, but Aeson isn't a smart cookie. He's got an intelligence of 8.
That's
he
average.
does?
That's
Yeah.
the average person.
Ooh,
Average
well,
commoner.
no. Average commoner is 10.
Is it? I thought it was
Every-
8.
Everything base 10 for an average commoner.
Oh, all right.
His charisma, on the other hand.
He just
Charisma's
makes up
not
for
here.
being
We're
smart.
not talking about your charisma.
Yeah, no, I'm saying he's
so-
not. He knows how
We're
to
not-
talk, but he's not the smartest.
We're not measuring your charisma at the moment. Let's not get into this.
Well, you guys didn't split off too long ago either, and that's kind of common sense.
Mhm.
Do me a favor, go ahead and roll me just a flat history and see if you can recall if that's a voice or not that you recognized.
Yeah, because I will say, I'm not disguising the voice.
Mila. Poor Mila.
Can I purposely fail so it's funnier?
If you so choose, rule of cool. If you don't want to know it, you don't want to know it.
Yeah.
So that's a 13, but a 0 because you don't want to know it.
Yeah.
Mila, you rolled a natural 1,
Yo!
which ended up as a 3, so that's still kind of impressive.
Mine was just like, fuck, all these people I don't know who they are just know me. Does the whole town know me?
So yeah, unfortunately.
Sorry.
Oh god.
I don't believe we've met, sir. How would you go knowing my name like that?
Well, good sir, good prince. We came into the town together, remember? We stood in line, right next to each other up until the end where we had to get out of line because we were preoccupied. But we made our way in.
Aeson's gonna look you up and down. Let's see,
Mila's,
Oh wow.
that's a 2 on his investigation.
yeah, Mila's just gonna kind of, hide behind Aeson, like, it's going off,
Oops, sorry.
they're just going off the natural one, like, she has absolutely no idea who this is, she thinks, like,
Okay.
she's a little scared.
This point.
Based on the downside of your roll is you rolled a 2 naturally. But
No, I rolled a
because
3 naturally.
Yep.
Oh, he did.
yeah,
He has a negative
yeah,
1.
that's a -1. But here's the thing. You heard his voice not too long ago, and that outlined everything from probably about a half an hour ago. It would be bad of me not to give you advantage on this roll.
Darn.
I'm just saying, statistically, it makes sense because, I mean, an 8's not. I can't recall breakfast dumb.
Yeah. So I will, I guess, then see through the disguise,
Yeah.
and then Aeson will all of a sudden he will release all the tension that he had. He was getting worried. You know, Milo was hiding behind him. He was getting ready to, protect anybody he needed to. But now he sees that it's Zachariah. He's like, oh, of course, yes. How do you do?
Mila, you still have no clue.
yeah, Mila's just like, she is wide-eyed, just kind of still like a little less tense because, okay, not Zachariah, Aeson knows this person, but she still is just like, this person knows my name. They know who I am. I thought no one knew me in this town.
And Lynn at that point is going to like give you a slight little slow head nod.
And go, Lady Mila, I have no idea why you have to hide like that. After all, we did share drinks and everything.
And she's going to give you a knowing wink.
Okay, I'm gonna, guess I'll do another investigation check.
Oh, that fails.
Yeah. Yep, but it's better. It's an 11.
Don't you get advantage too?
Yeah, I was about to say, isn't it the advantage in the same situation? Because it's...
She would have heard the accent before.
Yeah.
Because I thought... Well, I thought the same thing applied, that it was just because it not being that long ago.
Okay. If... I can roll with advantage if it's okay with...
Mila, that is a 16.
Okay.
So you are going to be able to notice.
And I guess with that, she probably can put 2 and 2 together and realize the other one is Zachariah. Correct?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so she definitely eases up and just like, what are you doing? Like, why did you feel the need to...
Zachariah's just going to nod his head. As well... It was good seeing you. Should we go over here and talk? I know, point us off the side of the road.
Sure. And Aeson will start following Zachariah. He'll look inquisitively at him, like, what the hell's going on? But, he'll go along with it.
Yeah, Mila does the same. She kind of follows after them.
Alright. So... Zachariah's just going to walk over to the side, toward this more secluded side of the road, probably alleyway, or just some benches or something. And walk over to talk to them. Alright, so, we've talked to one of the legendary guild leaders already. How do I put this? She believes it would be a bad idea if we were to talk to the nobles.
Why?
Because they have too much invested into the town to stop a festival.
And what better plan do they have?
Get the legendary guilds involved. I mean, they have the people, they know the layout. They could probably get a lot more ground covered.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but the people would probably be more likely to listen to their local nobles to leave town.
I wouldn't be so sure.
The nobles would be more inclined to lie to them in order to get the business in first.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, the guilds... I mean, you know this for a fact, Aeson. They work for the people directly.
And they also outnumber the government itself as well. Let's be frank here.
I understand that, but I don't think we should go putting all of our eggs in one basket.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying for right now, we have a good solid lead, and we'll see where it goes. If we can't find out anything and this doesn't work, we'll go to whichever nobles we can, and then we'll try there. And let's be fair. There's going to be quite a few nobles that are not like you. They're going to put profit over people. And that's just something we can't have working against us right now. We can't have more working against us.
Aeson is going to frown at that notion because he knows it's true, but it still bothers him. And after a second, he's going to, shake his head a bit. He's going to say, well, I still think Mila and I should make introductions so that in case the guilds can't do anything for us, we still have a backup plan.
Of course. I mean, you've made yourself known here, right? It would be improper if you didn't go around and say hi at least.
Mm-hmm. At the very least, like, for now, get a feel for them, see how they are, see who we can really actually trust, if any. But don't give too much away. Don't give any information. Let us work our part for now, and we can, like, compare notes later on.
Mm-hmm.
I understand. Just remember, my name seems to go farther than a lot of people realize.
But a lot of people are
realize
also
that.
afraid of that name.
That's true too. We'll play our cards, and don't worry, you are one of our cards as well. It's just, for right now, we don't need to be taking every chance we can. We can't blindly jump into this at the cost of people's lives. So for right now, best I would say is, do like you said, do some scouting. Make some introductions, make some friends.
Aeson will nod. Shouldn't be too hard.
I mean,
As you guys are wrapping up, a gentleman will kind of meander over to the group. He'll be wearing these dark cloak. In the center of the chest seems to be kind of like a blue gem. He'll have brownish hair. He'll look as if he's carrying about 3 books. He's a bit confused at where he's at. Hey, you wouldn't know where the front gate is, would you?
Would I?
I would say you would. I mean, you guys walked through the town to get there.
yeah, I was about to say, you know
You
better
guys
than
both do
us.
the front.
Quite quick, before we proceed on, Zachariah being a little bit on edge, especially while we're talking about what we are, even though we just kind of finished up,
Mhm.
especially a cloaked figure. Zachariah's going to insight him.
Okay.
Alright. Insight, 18.
He is just genuinely lost.
Mm-hmm.
Aeson will
Alright.
smile politely and nod, and he'll say, "It's right that way," and he'll point.
Right. Thanks. Like the outfit, by the way. And he'll turn away.
Aeson will grin at that. Just, look around at the rest of the group.
Yeah, so when the guy starts heading off, Lynn's gonna turn to the rest of the group. It's like,
I think that's also probably a sign to get going then.
Agreed.
Mhm.
Mila just nods.
before starting, Lynn's gonna start to run off, but then immediately turn back and go to Mila, put a hand on her shoulder.
Also, whatever happens in there, remember, you don't bow down to anyone. You earn your place wherever you go. Don't let anyone look down on you.
Mila just kind of gives a small nod, just okay, I'll try to remember that.
Mhm.
You guys be careful.
We will.
You too.
Just keep your heads down. We'll try to do ours as well.
Aeson will nod.
And with that, Zachariah's just going to go sauntering off.
Okay.
You really should trust in better disguise.
This is gonna fall in behind.
So now Aeson is going to look for the most well-kept house.
Okay. The most well-kept house is definitely not the largest. It seems quite quaint, but it is well painted. The stones are brushed, and it doesn't seem like mold is allowed to really kind of grow in the stone, so it looks almost still freshly new, well taken care of. Are you guys planning to go up to the door?
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you guys will head up to it. Who wants to knock?
Aeson will.
Okay. So you give it a nice good thap, thap, thap.
Yes.
you'll hear very elegant footsteps kind of coming to the door, and then you will hear and standing behind is a gentleman. He seems to be wearing these lovely darker shoes, and there's a fancy dress to it. But as you kind of move your eyes up from foot to head, the first thing you're going to notice is this man is a furbog. Not quite common around these areas. He is going to have an interesting set of glasses just perched above the bridge of his nose. And he's going to kind of look to you. How may I help you?
Aeson will bow slightly, and then he will say, yes, I have come from Graydon, and I wish to speak with the local nobility, introduce myself, get to know everyone in town. And this is my colleague, Mila, Leofina. She too is nobility, so we felt it was most prudent to come and introduce ourselves.
Well, Lord Aeson, Lady Mila, please come in. I'll make sure I get Lady Depenta, and I will be right with you. Is there maybe something I can get for you? Something to drink, maybe, or?
Oh, nothing at the moment. I think I'm fine. Mila?
I'm fine as well, she says, as she kind of just gives a small bow as well.
Yes. All right. Well, please. And he'll kind of motion you in.
Okay, what's the house look like?
It's very interesting. It's a lovely wooden ornate building. So there's plenty of intricate carvings kind of around the doorways, maybe on some of the railings to steps towards the upstairs. The wood has a lovely kind of auburn sheen to it on the flooring. It's very elegant, and it looks like a lot of care and painstake has come into making the wood look as good as it does.
Aeson will be looking around at all of this, admiring it.
All right. He will head down the hall, kind of turn to the left, and show you this greeting-like area, which is mostly filled with wooden furniture, much matching the wood on the floors, finished with a very particular type of fabric that seemed to have been stained as to have given it a pattern. So it's kind of like a mix between a red where it just kind of fades into this blue.
Okay.
If you wait here, I will be right back.
Aeson will nod and say thank you very much.
Shall I take your coat, or?
No, I'm quite fine.
Right. Well, thank you. I will be right back with Lady Depenta. And he will turn around and head up the stairs.
Mila is kind of playing with the sleeves of her dress, kind of like just like pulling at them. Her nerves are kind of showing through.
Okay.
Aeson's just he's calm. He's just looking around, looking at all the nice stuff.
I have a feeling it's kind of like one of those scenes where you always see like the one person at the wall, like expecting that one piece of art, or like just kicking kind of at the wood frame a little bit.
Yeah, he's just like
awkward.
He's not awkward about it. He's just inspecting things, like looking at it all and smiling. He loves this. It's very, very beautiful.
Okay. A few moments later, you're going to hear a little bit more daintier footsteps. And a woman in a lovely white dress, mixed with a little bit of blue tintage to the bottom of it, and some red around the sleeves, is going to come down the stairs. The dress is going to reveal itself, and then the next thing you're going to notice as well is she is also a furbog, but she is sporting this really long, curly red kind of hair that just seems to be bundled in certain places to give it kind of an elegance and kind of control it as well, it seems.
Mila stands up and she kind of just gives like a small bow to her as she enters.
Aeson will bow as well, and
Oh, there's no need for that. Please, Your Highness.
Aeson will smile at that, and he'll be like, "You must be Lady Tapinta, then."
Yes, I am. And I was informed you are Aeson, the Prince of Graydon?
Yes.
Huh. Well, what brings you to my home?
Well, I was in the area for the festival, and it's customary to introduce yourself to the local nobility, so I felt it would be polite to come in and say hi to you.
Oh, of course. Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you. Now I know we're not, we're not like Eris, so we haven't really reached capital state. So this is a very big honor. Thank you.
Aeson will bow, and it is an honor for me as well. Might I say that I absolutely love your house and the decor.
Thank you. My father, well, it's run in my father's line. My father's father before him was actually the person who made it, and so we take good care of it.
It shows.
So, do you need a place to stay? Something to eat? Do you need a horse or anything?
Oh, at the moment, I don't think we need anything like that. I just wanted to stop by and, say hello. Just ask about you and your family and how long you've been in the town, in the city, and...
Oh, my. She's going to take that little red curl that she's got over the top right eyebrow, and she's going to push that back behind her longer ear. You're going to notice that the biggest difference between her and the gentleman that you've noticed as far as Furbog, her nose is a little bit smaller, so it's got like this little pinkish opaque color to it versus the bluishness of her skin, which also kind of shows up on the very tips of her ears, which are roughly about 1.5 inches much longer than any elf's. Line.
Well,
I just want to know about her and her family.
Yeah, okay, so
About how long they've been here.
sorry.
It's
So
okay.
she'll push that back and she'll start with so my great grandfather was originally one of the founders of Croca. He started some of the first fisherman forestries and I don't know. I'm not really a fisher myself, but yeah, he was here through that. As it grew, it got bigger, and then eventually the idea of the guilds came out. And when that happened, my grandfather was really excited about that. And so we held a celebration. We had guilds come from all over the place to test their strength against each other and against certain tasks. Just kind of showcase what we're capable of doing, that we can help ourselves, We're not helpless out there anymore. Anyway, after that, the winners got drunk, per usual, and in a manly fashion, decided that they were going to shoot off these magical things in the sky and just scream till their lungs went out at the monster at the sea, and thus became the event in Croca. So I've been here pretty long time, and our family has just grown since then.
That's wonderful. It seems like this city holds dear to your family.
It is. There's a lot of historical stuff for us that we cherish.
Aeson will nod and just, look over the rest of the stuff, all the beautiful decoration and everything, and he'll think about what she's said, and he's trying not to give away too much. And then he'll say, so the fireworks were meant for the yelling at the lake monster?
Yeah, it was silly back then. There's been rumors, and nobody's actually ever really seen it. So it was just something that people whispered about. Yeah, it was a thing back then, and it's continued to be a tradition today that there's a big party at the end of it, and people just scream at the top of their lungs at the lake, and, well, the winning group. Anyway.
Mila raises her hand. Is this the winning group for the guild competition?
Yeah. We do it every year.
Wouldn't you think that, she just kind of clears her throat and just kind of, straightens her back again. Wouldn't you think that perhaps enticing the lake monster is not the best idea? If the rumors are true, then after many years of doing this, you only are making it matter and more upset.
Oh no, I trust me. I get your, I get where you're coming from. I were to look at it a different way, I might be a little worried about that too. But after years and years and years of doing this, we've never actually once even seen even a riffle in the water. One guy thought he saw something once, but it ended up being a fish. So, I don't think it's really relatively all that dangerous.
I actually encountered the monster recently and lost someone.
You saw it?
I didn't see it per se.
Sure it was it? I mean, there are a lot of dangerous things.
Something came out of the lake and ate a companion of mine.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
I mean, if it were true, I would be worried about my people, but a long record of history states that it's not that dangerous. I can understand, though, if you guys don't wish to participate this year. It's a little barbaric, but it's just historical, really. It just,
And Mila just kind of eyes over to Aeson, just waiting to see his reaction to this whole thing, seeing if maybe they're on the same page, in thinking that this might be the danger that's coming up.
Aeson is definitely looking like he's on the same page with Milo right now.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you for allowing us into your home, Madame DePinta.
Oh, of course. Would you like me to pack you anything to go? Something to drink, eat, anything?
I'm fine. But thank you.
Oh, of course.
No, I think I'm fine as well, Madame DePinta, and I just wanted to thank you again for letting us into your beautiful house.
Of course. No, please. If you find yourself in a need for anything, don't hesitate to stop by. My home is open to you, Your Highness.
Aeson will bow.
And she will, of course, bow back.
Yep, Mila bows as well, with Aeson. And gives, just a small smile.
Now, if you can excuse us, we must go make further introductions.
All right. She'll of course nod and open the door for you. And then as you guys walk out, she will slowly close it behind her.
All right.
Now, I think what we're going to do is we're going to split up from you guys. And we're going to go to Zachariah and Lynn. Who is walking, where are you guys heading?
We're off to find the giant's toe in.
Yep.
All right. So you're going to walk a little bit of a ways, but it doesn't seem to be kind of in this center district. So you're having a hard time to find it off the bat. Sorry, I have something stuck in my throat.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys are going to walk away from the upper district. You're going to walk a little ways, but you're not having good luck finding it on the road.
Yeah. Zachariah kind of more, with a name like a giant's toe, it's like... This place is going to be a shithole, isn't it?
Yep. Best kind.
All right. Lead the way.
All right, lead the way.
Come on, don't discount places like that. They have the best sort of clientele. I mean, one or two might stab you, but otherwise a good company.
Good clientele.
Jesus Christ.
You're. By the way, this is an actual voice mimicking you, kind of just like right behind you.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna slowly look behind me to see what it is.
You will see a rather interesting individual. It is a humanoid female, which have more descriptions when I find her picture. There she is. All right. She is a humanoid figure with very lovely complexion, very rosy red lips, blue eyes, and she seems to be dressed in some sort of blackish cloak. Her hair is going to be pulled up into a nice little bun on the top of her head, leaving her bangs to kind of slowly fall to the side of her face a bit, framing her forehead as well into just a really generally good look. Her hair will be on the brown color, but her eyes will be intently watching the two of you as you guys continue.
Just to state, I assume at this point Zachariah and Lynn would have found like an alleyway to get out of the disguises.
Yes.
Alright, so...
Well, I think it's magic, so mostly you just walk in and
Of
walk
course.
out.
Oh
was
yeah,
like,
it's just, we still need to go into an alleyway and just...
Don't make it like, oh, these guys know magic. Oh, keep an eye out for these disguises, these people. Yeah.
I would say that you guys probably would have done that as soon as you got away from the place, so I'm not even going to
Alright.
worry about mentioning it.
But yes, kind of just turning around at the same time, I thought that was you. Hello, can we help you?
Hello, can we help you?
Charming.
Yeah, charming.
Do you need any help?
Do you need any help?
But
I can't tell if you're being serious or just mocking us for some reason.
Mocking us for some reason. And she's you're gonna see her face kind of distort a little bit. She's gonna seem a little bit more confused as the conversation slows down. And her eyes are gonna dart between the two of you. Almost a little bit worried.
Yeah, Zachariah's gonna insight this. Because she seems very off.
That is a 1.
Yeah.
It's still a 4 in the end, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, I mean, you're not getting anything. Maybe this person's just stupid.
I mean... welcome to Croca.
Lynn's gonna raise an eyebrow and in Elvish say,
do you need help? Were you with someone?
She is going to repeat it back to you. Exactly the way you said it. In Elvish.
Huh.
she's gonna try it again in Dwarvish to make sure.
Again, you will find that she is able to repeat it exact to you in Dwarvish this time.
Just for some little context, is this kind of like the foreigners, I hear what you're saying. I'm saying it back, but I don't in the inflection doesn't get across that I know what it means.
Yes, exactly like that.
Are you lost? Zachariah is going to take a moment, kind of stroke his beard. He's going to start saying Orcish. Are you lost, child?
She's going to recognize Orcish. And, of course, in Orcish, she's going to have a very limited, yes, lost, where go?
Saying back in Orcish, well, where do you need to go?
You're just going to get one word, Croca.
You're already in Croca.
She'll jump up and down and, kind of give you like a light clap of the hands.
Guess that's a good sign.
Yeah. Who are you here with? You'll say Norkish.
A rough translation is no one. But its inflection's really horrible.
What is your common tongue? You'll say.
Sarofalakul.
Kind of eyes just wide a little bit, just in common. No, I don't think I know that language.
No, that kind of slipped past me.
Her eyes are wide at that point because she never heard something that harsh sounding.
Huh. So, any idea for our little mimic here?
Well, she can speak Orcish, but not very well. Kind of rifling through his bag, Zachariah is just going to try to look for something. He's trying to find his map, though kind of just trying to be a little bit quick about it, because we do have other obligations. He's going to try to pick up his map, but accidentally drop his grandfather's notebook, or at the same time while he's kind of scrounging around. Shit. As he goes to pick it up, well, putting it under his arm, but then grabbing the map. Where are you from? And he'll say in Orcish.
Doesn't have a name. Can I see your book?
My book. Why?
It looks interesting. Best translation, by the way, because this inflection is still pretty bad.
Of course. All right. You can look at it, I guess. He'll hand over the book. What are you doing in Croca?
She is going to, if you hand over the book,
Yes, yeah.
she will look it over, kind of flip through a lot of the pages, like 90% of them, like really quickly. Kind of give it a once over on a few pages where she has to concentrate a minute. It's not that she's ignoring what you're saying, but there seems to be something going on here. And she's going to continue to flip through the book.
Hello?
And she's gonna look up, kind of tearing herself away from the book and kind of looking to you. And in common, she's gonna go, "Hello."
Right. Going back to common. So, what I asked before, what are you doing in Kroga?
Oh, I'm here to see the sights, maybe go shopping, or, I don't know, find a mate.
Just kind of eyes wide. 2 parts for that reason.
Same for Lynn. It's like,
Um,
1, wow. 2, wow.
All right.
Uh,
Well, it seems like you learned that sentence pretty well from...
yeah, I learned a lot through the book. Yeah, thank you. And she'll hand it back.
Kind of just waiting like a moment, just kind of that... Not really piecing together, then he puts his hands on the book. Wait, what do you mean you learned from the book?
Your grandfather's got a lot of information in there.
Excuse me?
The person who wrote the book, your grandfather, I presumed.
Is, but... Yes, he does. What does this have to do with what we were talking about?
What do you mean? You asked where I was coming from.
Mm-hmm.
I told you it didn't have a name, which was, of course, true. Whether it be lateral or illateral, or equal or equilateral, it doesn't really matter in which direction it goes. But it doesn't have a name. So I came here to Kroka to meet people, see what it's like to be in the festival, and I don't know, maybe find a mate.
Zachariah's just kind of that dumbstruck, like he's listening, but he's like kind of tilting his head around. Just, all right. That's not exactly what I meant, though. Just, I'm sorry. I'm very confused. You were just talking broken common, like you didn't know what it meant, and now you're speaking very intelligent terms that not many commoners would say.
Yeah. I just got this really cool ability with languages.
What do you mean?
Oh, my family's always been able to learn languages really quickly. As long as we can see the written word, we can decipher and learn it.
That's one hell of a skill. Wish I had that.
Mm-hmm.
It comes with a curse. You forget a language every now and then have to relearn it.
I mean, yeah, that sounds... No, that doesn't sound that horrible if you're prepared. I must be honest. I'm sorry. You said... Not to be rude, but what exactly... How are you able to do this?
And just born with it.
Jesus. Maybe
It said it's a curse. She's gonna look really awkward now. Like you guys, she feels like you guys are studying her.
To be fair, we probably kind of are.
Yeah. I'm sorry. It's just this is not
Common, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's very different, but what is different in a world where magic is a thing, right?
Well, you definitely have been reading my grandfather's book.
Pretty smart guy.
Thank you.
So, can I like party with you guys?
We're kind of in the middle of something important right now, but
I mean, I can wait. We can have some fun, and maybe I can help you out. What's going on?
It's just very important business that can't wait for sightseeing and fun, like you want to do.
Right. All right. Well, Mr. Stumbly Bumbly, let's go. And she's going to poke your nose. We got some big business. Let's go.
She's gonna just try to stifle a laugh at that. Something. What?
I think, yeah, Zachariah's just kind of slightly mouth open, just... Oh, right. Well, do you know where the Giant's Toe Inn is?
Oh, I think I passed it on the way in. It's in the lower section.
All right, well, I guess let's go. We need to meet someone there.
Lead the way, and me and Stumbly Bumbly will follow.
Stop.
All right, guys. I think this is a perfect place to end it.
Hi, my name's Laura, or TangledinBlue, and I play Mila. Thanks so much again for listening to the episode. How cool was it to just meet all the new characters and see, all the different types of people in Croca? Please follow us and subscribe on iTunes, Podbean, Google Play at opportunityroll.podcast@gmail.com. Don't forget you can head over to our Patreon and level up and get some cool magic swag that we have waiting for you over there. And if you want to interact with us at all, of course, just go over to our Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube. We're over there at Opportunity Roll. And if you want to always contact us, ask any questions, opportunityroll.podcast@gmail.com is where you can just go to do that. And as always, we like to thank Purple Planet Music since we use their site for all the music in our show. And as always, Kobold Press, as we use their monsters from Tome Beast, which is really cool. I've been reading it myself, so it's pretty awesome. And of course, guys, thanks so much again for always coming back and listening to the episode. We really do appreciate it. And remember to keep your opportunities open.